To make concern, it's a cool podcast. Listen with your friends or listen with your dog, man. Subscribe today or I'll be in your closet. To make concern, that's a really cool podcast. Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode to make concern. We are back once again with another episode for y'all. Me and Steven, we are podcast ready. We are ready to give you an amazing podcast. Is that right?
Yes, we are absolutely podcast ready, ready to go. Mainly because
We were born podcast ready.
Will's Discord wasn't working when we started, so we had to wait. And he was like, "Okay, so I'm just gonna call you back, but I need you to be podcast ready at a moment's notice."
Yeah, we were experiencing technical difficulties before this. I was trying to open Discord, and I basically told Steven, I'm gonna call you back when this starts working. You can do whatever, but I need you to be podcast ready. So when I call you, you will be ready to do a podcast.
Yep, pretty much.
Then after I figured out what the issue was, I called him, and he did not answer back. And it took him a while to be podcast ready, so he was not podcast ready.
Well, hey, I was podcast ready. Okay.
But then my connection started going out, so it turns out I wasn't podcast ready either.
Yeah. So, see, so don't be putting the blame on me over here.
No, we're both guilty. We're both getting the firing squad.
Yeah, that's how we punish our employees around here. Death by firing squad.
And that applies to me, the CEO.
Yes, it applies even to the boss. Looks like I'm going to be taking over the To Whom May Concern podcast this time, folks.
No, you're dying with me. You're getting executed along with me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So who's gonna replace us?
I don't know.
We're gonna host auditions.
Yeah.
We're gonna host auditions.
Just look down below in the description or at the pinned comment. We're just gonna have a link to an audition where you can go sign up to be the next face of To Whom It May Concern.
Yes, the next host. We're gonna sell our channel.
Yes.
For how much value do you think our channel has?
I would say that it probably has negative value. Like we're gonna have to pay people to take it.
This is exactly like that one segment from that one episode where like we gotta pay people to run our show.
We're gonna have to pay people to take the podcast, to buy the podcast.
Yes. We're gonna transfer that money into we're gonna run it via a bank account. We're gonna have a bank teller just be like, all right, while we're dead, give all of our money to this guy to run our podcast.
Yeah, all $2 that we have between us.
Yes. Being broke college shits.
Yes.
Yep. So to start off, I would like to acknowledge the fact that I am currently wearing the same shirt that I wore in the video I put out of me going down the kiddie slide.
Yeah.
And me literally just dying.
For those of you who didn't see it, it was a YouTube short that Will uploaded. That is basically just a video of him trying to go down it's basically like a slip and slide, like on a hill.
Yeah.
But it was really small because it was made for kids. But Will tried to go down
it. Made for kids.
And he just like got to the top and laid down on it, and then just like came to a dead stop and just laid there for like a full minute, just face down.
Yeah, I was expecting to slide down, but then I just like and just like I just came to a full stop. And I laid down there for a second because I was just genuinely disappointed. I was like, really, this is as far as I can go. And then I was like, well, I might as well just climb on up to make it to the end.
Yeah, the force of friction.
It was like I felt like I was in the trenches, just like rapid gunfire. I was like, make it to the end, make it to the end.
The force of friction is equal to the coefficient of friction multiplied by the weight of the object. And the coefficient of friction on a slip and slide, which is wet, is pretty low. So that means that the weight of the object must have been pretty high to generate that much friction. I'm just saying.
So basically, you're calling me fat.
No. I was just doing science. That's just science.
You're scientifically calling out. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you're not wrong. But like, even if I was like the fact that I'm tall and the fact that I am just like this, like
He's
the
got
fact
the
that I'm an
uh
adult
he's got the offensive
is
line
like,
build.
yeah, the fact that I'm an adult proved like it wasn't gonna work either way. Like you could have gone down it, and you probably went. Like first of all, the by that time the thing I was using to like slide on, it had already deflated quite a bit because like we had kids over like playing on it already. Because for those who didn't know, that was a 4th of July kind of like family get
And
together. We
I
also had
was
friends
there. Shout out to me.
and
I
and,
was
and, Steven,
there.
and Steven was there. Steven was there, and I'm pretty sure his sister was the one who was recording that video.
Yeah, you
That
can
ended up
hear you
making it
can
onto YouTube.
hear people like laughing in the background of the video, and it just sounds like screaming.
No, that was what. No, like at the end when I did it, everyone was like, "Woo! Yeah, yeah."
That's my
It,
boy.
it, it was awesome. You can hear my dad's laughter. He has a very unique like a unique type of
Yeah,
laughter.
it goes something like
Like you can like
That's my
yeah,
best
like all
that's my
you can
best
hear like everyone
impression.
laughing, and you can just hear one laughter that's like distinctly different. That's my dad right there.
Also, I want to give one more shout. The last few episodes ago, Will gave a shout out to someone at his work who started watching the podcast. So I'm gonna give a shout out today to someone else who started watching the podcast, and that is our pastor, who was also at the Fourth of July party. We
Yeah,
introduced him to the
I think
podcast.
we showed him. We showed him the podcast and he subscribed to it, so that makes him our 33rd subscriber. So
Woo!
or was it? Wait, no. I think it was 32nd, and then I uploaded the story, and then we got another subscriber off of that. So, well, either way, woo!
Yeah, shout out to that guy. He's a new viewer, so
Yeah.
hopefully he'll
All right.
spread the word. If you're watching this, you need to go spread the word to people that you know.
Spread the word. And we're not talking about the Bible, by the way. We're talking about the word of
Yeah.
true.
Let's spread that word as well, but also spread this word.
Yeah. You can multitask, right?
Yeah, you can multitask. You can spread multiple words.
Yeah.
You can spread more than just one singular word.
Imagine he was just going out and he was like, word, spreading word. It's like,
Nah. Here's a philosophical question. If you could only spread one singular word, what word would it be?
I don't know.
Look at
So
like
let's say I had to find a word that would help me in most situations. In the most amount of situations, this one word would help me in.
no hablo español.
That's a sentence right there, and it's not even the same
Oh.
language as you speak.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, it helps you in most situations. So.
Well, I mean that is true, but like, I feel like you could just say español.
Español. Español. I don't know why I'm doing it in a high voice. That's.
Yeah, you're making it even more offensive than it probably already is.
Español.
Okay. All right. And you want to know the funny thing about that? I have some guys over right now who are working. Cause okay, let me set the scene real quick.
Yeah,
So
Will
as you
has
may have
guys
noticed
over.
in that,
He's taking on all the guys, you know. I'm sorry, that was a pretty bad joke, but
all right.
I mean, you said you had guys over, so like.
Ignoring this guy right here. ignoring this
No, you
guy.
should always be ignoring me. That's just a given.
So in the short, you may have noticed a little bit of land that just looks like a bunch of dirt. That's actually where we used to have a pool, like a above ground pool that was like
Yeah, not to be confused with a
pretty
pool
pretty
table.
decently sized. Yeah, it was a pool, but recently we decided to get rid of it, and because of that, we had this boardwalk that we still had that like led to nowhere basically.
Also,
So
I think
basically,
I thought of it like just a couple minutes ago. I think the proper term for that is a deck. You've been calling
or
a
a deck, yeah,
Yeah,
a
you've been
deck.
calling a deck a boardwalk this entire time.
I'm sorry, I'm stupid.
Yeah, we know.
So so our deck, the guys over there, they actually just took down that entire deck, and they're building a set of a stairway down.
Yeah, wait, okay. I forgot what you told me before. So it's like just stairs like so you have the door. Like if you're in your living room,
Yes.
right? You have the door that goes out that way. And then so it's just going to be stairs like right outside of that door.
No, that's still that like area that's like in the shade and like has the little walls up.
Oh,
But then
okay.
that door that like had the like fridge and we had tables there.
Okay, so you're building the
Remember that?
stairs from like where the pool used to be.
Yes.
Okay. I was trying to
And
imagine like
after this episode, I'll take a picture of it just so you have a better idea. Like the viewers will have a better idea, but Steven, as of right now, is still in the dark.
and for our audio listeners, you'll just have to go and watch the episode on YouTube to find out what it looks like.
Or you could just use your imagination,
Yeah.
assuming that I
Well, that's what
am
I'm
doing a
trying to
good
do,
job
and
describing
obviously I'm
this.
getting it
Which,
wrong.
according to
So
Steven, I'm not, but you know. But yeah, and about that whole speaking Spanish thing, all those guys out there, they actually are speaking Spanish. So I would
English
like
or
to
Spanish?
and so I'm going to take this laptop right now. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to have you speak to them in Spanish because your Spanish is so good.
No, I literally said the most basic sentence that any English speaker learns how to say in Spanish when they're visiting a
want to have them
Spanish
judge your
country.
Spanish. That's going to be a new segment.
I actually know like a very small amount of Spanish. I did have to take a Spanish class in high school. I don't actually remember anything from it because I hated it when I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
want to take it.
I think
But
I also took Spanish classes in high school. I think going into fall semester in college, I am going to take a Spanish class as
I don't
well.
have to take a foreign language class.
So after that class, we'll be doing podcast by then, and I'll I'll have a segment where I just speak entirely in Spanish. And I'll just have like a
Yeah.
set of phrases from that class, like
We're
up
gonna
there.
we're gonna replace his face on the podcast with the Duolingo bird,
That's a Duolingo bird.
and then he's
Do you
gonna.
remember? By the way, hold on. Do you remember a few years ago the meme with Duolingo about
If they,
Duolingo threatening you?
yeah, if they
to
if you
finish
don't
the
do your
lessons?
if you don't do your Spanish lessons, he's gonna kill your family. Yeah, I think those are still a thing.
No, like you would go to the app store and it was just full of one-star reviews. And it's just like the Duolingo bird killed my family because
Yeah.
I missed my Japanese course.
It's a joke about how persistent Duolingo is with doing your lessons.
Yeah.
Like it'll send you a lot of notifications if you missed lessons and complain
Yes.
about it. And so the memes are playing off of how persistent it is and saying like, it's threatening your family. It's going to tie them up and torture them until you do your lessons.
Yeah, it is still a meme now, but like it was a lot. It was a lot like funnier, I will say, back then because it was just like the things people were saying. It was just so funny.
Yeah, nowadays everybody's using Babbel, the one you hear all the ads about on the radio and on YouTube sometimes.
Yeah, it's crazy the evolution of like people use like first it was Rosetta Stone, then it was Duolingo, and now it's just Babbel. Like, what's going to be the next language teaching, like foreign language teaching
ChatGPT.
app? ChatGPT, do they provide accurate language translations?
I don't know.
I have to imagine it's a lot
well, I
like
know-
Google, where it's like
well, they
Google
are.
Translate,
The
not very accurate,
ChatGPT
but it's like
is ChatGPT is what's called a language model. So I don't know if it's only been programmed on English or if they have versions of it that have been programmed on other languages as well.
Because it's like, since it's AI, since it's artificial intelligence, I have to imagine if you were to ask it to like speak this
I'm gonna go
phrase,
test that
and
theory. We're gonna
I
test
feel like
this live
you
right
could
now.
also, because like the main flaw with Google Translate is that it only translates the sentence at face value.
Yeah,
But
right.
with the ChatGPT, you could give it the sentence you want to translate it, and then you could add further context in order to make it more accurate, right?
Yeah, wait, okay, so I'm gonna ask ChatGPT right now to translate something. What should we translate? We're gonna do it live on the podcast.
Hey yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of True Make Cern. We are back once again with another episode for you. Go ahead and translate that.
Hey, yo, what's up,
Just
everybody?
our entire opening. Just do
Hey,
that.
yo, what's up? I'm gonna. Okay. Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of To May Concern.
And then once you type out the phrase, be like, translate this into Spanish, but and then the added context will be you are a podcast host opening up the episode of your podcast with this phrase.
Alright, so there's that. Okay.
This is exciting ChatGPT adventures we're having right here.
Yes,
We're gonna become
unfortunately, I can't. I'm doing this on my phone, so I can't screen share it to the to the recording. But
just screenshot it and then send it to me, and then I'll put it up.
okay, so it's Hola a todos, bienvenidos de nuevo a otro episodio de Para Quien Corresponda. Estamos de vuelta una vez más con otro episodio para ustedes. I probably butchered like half of those pronunciations, but
Probably.
that was also
I
the
mean,
best rendition of a Spanish accent I could do.
hold on, send it to me and I'll try it. And we're gonna
Okay,
let
hold on.
we're gonna let this. We're gonna show the Spanish speakers.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna show them this. Like, who did a better job reading out this sentence?
Who did a better job reading out this sentence? Okay, here you go.
All right.
Let's see Will try to read it. Also, will also in post put the actual text that we're reading up on screen so you can see how badly we're reading
we're
it.
have to do this. Hola a todos. Bienvenidos de nuevo a otro episodio de Para Quien Corresponde. Estamos de vuelta una vez más con otro episodio. So much more than you did. Oh well. Like, you thought yours was bad, but mine was even worse. I was just like, yeah, never mind. I'm not showing them that. I don't want to embarrass myself.
No, you should. You should show them. I would be very pleased if you would show
I
them.
don't want to. Okay. All right. So that's the end of that segment right there. We somehow went from missing pool to Spanish lesson.
Yeah. The train of thought. Isn't it a wonderful thing?
And you know what? You know what? That actually is perfect for this next topic that I'm just gonna briefly go over. It's a follow up on a previous topic you brought up before. You brought up a new trend about the people growing up and saying English or Spanish.
Oh yeah, the memes or the YouTube shorts that I had seen about, which it actually has become pretty much just a meme at this point of English or Spanish, and then it plays like that song that I don't know the name of, and it's like whoever moves first is gay or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Back when you told me that, it's funny looking back on it because I literally had no idea what you were talking about. And I was trying to wrap my head around it, and I was like, I don't get this. What does this mean?
What's going on? What do you mean English? Why is what?
But ever since that episode came out, I actually did start getting those videos recommended in my short feed. So
Yeah.
it's like you're basically a prophet with that, like and like predicting that that I was gonna start
Either
seeing
that,
it.
or it's just the algorithm is always watching.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this guy didn't know. Let's go ahead and show him some videos to show exactly what this other guy was talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and to this day, I still find it to be kind of stupid. Like, it's one of those things where
Yeah.
it's just
No,
like,
I fully agree. Like, I think it's a very dumb joke. And I hate it, and I always skip the videos that have
and like,
it.
I still can't believe in the year of our Lord 2024, we're still doing that joke of like, if you move, you're gay, or if you flinch, you're gay, or like, if you
Yeah.
blink, you're gay. Like, it's just middle school humor. That's all it is.
It's classic Gen Alpha brain rot.
Well, no, it's been a thing. Like this type of joke had been a thing, but like it was always just kind of present in like middle school. Like middle school boys are definitely doing this, but like past that age range, I just can't like I just have a hard time believing that they find it genuinely funny.
No, they're probably just doing it for views. Because, like, it's probably because that's what happens with a trend is, like, when something gets trendy and starts showing up a lot, everybody starts copying it because it's what gets them views.
Yeah, but I'm sure like some of them who are doing it, they find it genuinely funny. It's like he moves, so he's gay.
Yeah.
I've never heard this joke ever in my life.
Or just, oh, it never gets old.
Yeah, no, it gets old very
Yeah.
fast.
It
It's one of
gets,
the things where it's not even that funny to begin with, but like the more it plays out, the more like
yeah.
not
The more
funny
you
it
just,
is.
the more you just,
Because after a while, you know the pattern, right? You know, like after
yeah.
you see it once, you get the entire joke, so you're just never gonna find it as funny as the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, so yeah, I just wanted to do a follow up on that little topic because, like, in that episode, I was struggling. So, like, what I was imagining you were talking about initially were like those videos of like people going over like English words and then showing what those words are in other languages, like those type of videos. I thought that's what you meant,
No,
but yeah,
I was just talking about the,
yeah. And that's such a weird prompt question too. The English or Spanish? Because like you're already speaking it in English, so it's like
yeah. I don't know where
I think that's I guess that's part of why it like makes people pause. It's
yeah.
like what?
Because
And
it's
then
like,
that's when they hit him with the move. If you move, you're gay.
yeah.
I guess that's part of it, but you know, at the same time, it's just stupid. Just kind of
Yeah,
stupid.
it was like because like the joke of if you move you're gay has been a thing, like you said, but it's just now becoming like the English or Spanish part of it is just recently become a part of the joke, and like you said, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like because you're asking them, do they speak English or Spanish, but you're speaking English, so and also it's like are English and Spanish the only two languages that get to participate in the
So
joke?
the other way would be like Espanol or English.
Yeah. But then you're just asking it in Spanish, so what if they speak English?
It's like see, me hablo as like English. I should stop speaking Spanish.
What is whoever moves first is gay in Spanish?
ChatGPT.
I'm asking ChatGPT instead of Google Translate because I trust the language model more than the
Yeah, like I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure ChatGPT will be a little more accurate. Like considering I think they'll take like
it
context
is.
into that, like into
Uh
it.
Quien se mueva primero es gay.
Is gay. So the Spanish word for gay is just gay.
Yeah, apparently gay in Spanish is just gay. So
It's a universal language word.
yeah.
Gay. Well, if you say like gay, then it sounds like you're saying what in Spanish? Like gay?
Guh? I don't know.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. Let's move on from that. So on to our
Yeah, let's
next
move on.
topic.
Please, all right. Please note that any jokes or attempted speaking of another language that is not our native one was done purely for the sake of comedy, and we are not trying to insult anyone who actually speaks the language, nor are we
Yeah,
trying to make fun of
obviously.
said language.
Obviously, we're just dumb English speakers who can't pronounce the other languages.
We're just dumb
words properly.
Americans.
Yeah, that's exactly what we are. We're just dumb Americans.
And speaking of dumb Americans, all right. So this is what I've been waiting.
Oh
for,
yeah, this is
Steven.
the Wendy story. So I want to give
The Wendy
context.
story.
I want to give context before you actually tell the story. So last night, Will or
Actually, it was
was
2
it
nights
last-
ago.
Yeah, it was 2 nights ago. Anyway, Will was like telling me or asking me like when we're gonna record the podcast and stuff like that. And he was telling me, yeah, I'm currently at Wendy's and there's a story unfolding that I want to tell on the podcast. And I didn't actually see the message until the next day. But the next message that he sent was, where is it? Yeah, all I will say is we've been closed for 35 minutes and we still have a customer here complaining, which sounds like a pretty standard case of, you know, of something that happens in retail and fast food. So, Will, tell the story.
Well, let me say, if this was the standard case, then I probably wouldn't be covering this at all. Because, like you said, it'd be like whatever. But just you wait. All right.
I'm ready. I'm ready to hear
All right.
this.
So 2 nights ago, I was working night shift, and the time was about 11:30, 11:40, somewhere around there. And a woman came through the drive-thru, and she asked for a spicy ghost pepper sandwich,
Okay.
which is basically our spicy chicken with ghost pepper sauce, like spicy onion. Like it's a very spicy
Yeah.
sandwich.
For context, I think ghost peppers are considered like the spiciest pepper, just for context. But anyway,
It's the the ghost pepper is a real pepper that's like one of the hottest. So not quite the hottest. I think it used to be the hottest, but and for other context, I don't think our ghost peppers are quite that hot. But it's all you need to know is that it's spicy.
it's pretty spicy.
So keep that in mind. So I make the sandwich. The sandwich comes in ghost pepper sauce, tomato, lettuce, ghost pepper cheese, which
There's
I forgot.
ghost
I think
pepper
that's the official
cheese.
name. I think it goes by another name, but I don't know. And spicy onion tanglers, like spicy crispy onions, basically. That we like scoop up and put on there, and that's the spicy ghost pepper sandwich. So I make that, and we hand it to the lady, and I think I forgot how much time passed exactly from that, but I imagine it was just a few minutes. She came back, and she had a complaint, and you want to know what that complaint was?
I have a feeling that I know what the complaint is. Please do tell me.
The complaint was, the sandwich is spicy. Why is it spicy?
You ordered a spicy sandwich.
Yes.
Like what?
He complained that not even that it was a spicy sandwich, it was the spicy ghost pepper sandwich.
It's literally What?
Yeah.
The stupidity of customers never ceases to amaze me. Like, I've seen some pretty dumb people at Publix, but I
Yes.
don't know if I ever saw someone who was quite that. I don't even know if stupid is the right word. Like,
Oh, Steven. I'm not done. I am not done. This isn't even the crazy part yet. This is the less crazy part of the story.
oh no. Do I.
So afterwards, she wanted a classic sandwich. She wanted a chicken that wasn't spicy. And so I made her the classic chicken sandwich. And the sandwich goes as this: mayo, pickle, tomato, and lettuce. All on a classic home style chicken. So I wrap it up and I sent it off to be given to her. By the way, she came into the store like a few minutes before we were supposed to. No. Our lobby was already closed, but but I think her door was propped open or something.
So she
she
just
came
walks
into.
through.
So she just came in, like complaining about this and demanded that she got a classic chicken sandwich.
After she ordered the spicy one and then complained that it was spicy.
Yes. And then so we gave her the classic chicken, and then we think that's the end of that. And then eventually we closed. And I was like, all right, we're closed. We ain't gotta deal with nobody else. 15 minutes after we were closed, we started hearing a honking sound from outside. Someone just honking the horn like
like not a
really
like not a
someone
car
really wanted to get our attention.
like not an alarm, like not someone's car alarm going off, like someone actually honking the horn.
Yes, they were at the drive-thru window and they were honking, trying to get someone's attention.
And who else could it be but our new best friend, Spicy Chicken Lady?
We gave her another nickname, but you'll see later. She had a different complaint about her classic.
This sandwich isn't spicy enough.
Can you imagine? but no. All right, so I'm gonna say what she said, and I may or may not have to censor myself, but I'm just gonna say what she said verbatim. She said, "The lettuce on my sandwich tastes like cum."
What?
Could I ask if someone came in my sandwich?
Like specifically the lettuce. She didn't even target the mayo, which at least has like a similar appearance. No, she went for the lettuce.
Went for the lettuce. She genuinely asked if someone came on the lettuce.
Like, okay, so like disregarding the fact that a lady like genuinely thought that someone like basically came in in a restaurant environment, in a professional restaurant environment, this lady genuinely believes lady genuinely believes that there is a possibility that an employee just whipped it out and did one on her sandwich. And of all of the ingredients on the entire sandwich that she could have accused, she went for the lettuce.
She went to the lobby asking for the classic, and I made the classic chicken in about less than a minute because it's a very easy sandwich to make.
Yeah.
So, 1 minute is all I had to, theoretically speaking, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, the average time, but a minute seems pretty quick. Just, just from my limited knowledge on the subject.
And let me tell you, the person who I think it was Bethany, the same person I shouted out. She was the one who actually answered the honking horn. And,
what do you want now?
Yeah, and from what I hear, she when she was told this by the woman, she had to like step off to laugh and like not to laugh in her face. And then our manager ended up going to the window and started talking with her. and they talked for a good 20-30 minutes.
About if someone came on the sandwich.
Yes.
What?
And eventually, it got to the point where, like, my manager, just for further context, she is very sweet. She is a very sweet woman. She rarely yells at anyone, like, especially not at a customer. She's always very professional. But eventually, she just started yelling, well, it's like, I think when she started yelling at the customer, it was when they reverted back to the spicy topic. And it was like, well, if you didn't want spicy, why did you get the spicy ghost pepper? Like, what do you want me to do about it? You know what I mean? Like, we are closed. We are trying to go home.
It is customers like these. It is customers like these why I firmly believe that people in the retail and food service industries deserve the most respect out of anyone in the working world. Because they have to put up with these kind of people.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing for, like, a customer to come in complaining about their food being made wrong from what they ordered. And it's another thing for them to come in saying their food's cold or whatever. But it's another thing entirely to not only...
I'm sorry, I think one of your employees was jacking off on my sandwich.
Yeah. And also the other, like I said, less extreme but also equally stupid complaint that the spicy ghost pepper sandwich was too spicy.
Yeah. Like, I honestly, like, I'm trying to... I genuinely cannot decide which one of those complaints is dumber. Because, like, on the one hand, you're suggesting something that's completely, like, out there and would clearly never happen in an environment like that. And on the other hand, you're complaining that the thing you ordered is exactly how you ordered it.
Yeah.
Like, I
might,
don't know which
we
one
might
is
open a
worse.
poll. We might open a poll.
Yeah,
saying
we're
which
gonna do
complaint was
we're gonna do a
worse.
poll. We're gonna put these two ladies' complaints up, and you, the viewer, need to decide for us which complaint makes less sense. Which one is worse?
Which is worse, the spicy complaint or what I'm gonna dub the lettuce complaint?
The lettuce complaint. Yeah, just put lettuce in quotation marks.
And that's exactly what the story is going to be called, in my opinion. It's the lettuce story.
The lettuce.
Because any other detail would be too phallic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah.
wild. That is actually wild.
That is extremely
Like,
wild.
I
This
have
is the type of thing where, like, let's say I did actually do it. This is probably something that would make the news.
Yeah,
If
it would.
became public.
That would be
Like-
an instant news story.
Like, breaking news: a woman found cum in her chicken sandwich. We're now on the scene reporting.
Yeah, like that is genuine. Like, that's not even a joke. That is genuinely the kind of thing where if it actually happened, I'm pretty sure it would make the news. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that anyone has ever, like, I don't want to say thought about doing it, because I'm sure that, you know, plenty of ideas have been thrown around, but I don't think that has actually happened.
Like the type of thing that would happen in Florida. This sounds exactly like a Florida man type story right here.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't put it past a Florida man to do something like this.
It's like, what I want to know is, what was this? Like, was she drunk?
The general
Was she
thought
drunk? Was
process
she
of
high? Was she
everyone- The
both?
general thought process, it could have been weed, because we would have been able to smell it, but our thought process is that it was something much stronger and much more hardcore than just weed. We're thinking it was like she was on crack or something.
She had to be on something, because, like, normal people don't do that.
Either or she's just the most insane Karen ever. She was getting high off Karen energy.
I mean, no matter what, this one, like, I worked in retail for 2 years, and I have heard plenty of stories from both retail and fast food industries beyond what I actually saw myself. This one right here is easily the craziest one that I've ever heard. Like, it's not even close. It blows everything else out of the ocean.
Yes. Yeah. And it's just one of those things where you just hear and you just have to like imagine like surely she didn't actually say that. Surely it's like but no, she explicitly said this. Like I have video testimonies from everyone who worked because after this happened, we all sat in the lobby and we talked about this.
Yeah.
And Bethany, she recorded our conversation, so I have a video testimony from everyone.
Yeah, we should
about
we
this
should
story.
upload that. We should upload that as like a separate I don't I may it might be too long for a short, but we should upload like a separate video of like everybody saying that. Just mainly cuz I kind of want to see what people said
You know
about
what
it.
I'm gonna do? I'm gonna upload it as like an unlisted video,
Yeah.
and I'll put it in the description. So if you want to watch it, it's there.
It's just
Our
people
video
talking about
testimony.
like it's like
Yeah, it's just insane.
I think that's the highlight of this episode.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about other stuff, but like, okay, how long have we been going?
We're currently at 41 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more topic, and what's funny about this particular topic right here is this has something to do with sandwiches. Like, basically, the topic is, what could technically be considered a sandwich? So there's a debate
Oh
going.
yeah, this thing, this.
There's a popular debate question like, could a hot dog be considered a sandwich?
Yeah, wait, because I actually
And
watched a
while we
video
talk
on
about
that.
this,
Wait, wasn't
here's the thing
there?
about this topic. While we talk about this, it's gonna be impossible to talk about it without bringing up the the previous story. Like it's just, but we'll try our best anyway. So Steven,
If you if
uh,
you if you rub one out and put it between two pieces of bread, does it count as a sandwich?
like a hot dog. Like what like could you consider a hot dog to be a sandwich?
Oh, me personally, I mean it depends. I think like because I've seen this debate before, and I was actually looking this up because I'm pretty sure that that Food Theory, which is one of Matt Pat's other channels, well, used to be Matt Pat, but anyway, one of the ones that he did, one of the earliest episodes that they did was actually on the debate: is a hot dog a sandwich? Yeah, what makes a sandwich a sandwich? There's actually an episode. I'm gonna send this to you for homework so you can watch this after the episode.
But we're talking about this now. Afterwards, we're not gonna. I guess I could do a follow up after.
But
Like, where
you're still gonna watch the video because it's homework, and if you don't, then
Oh yeah. By the way. Did you do your homework?
I did actually, and I was wondering why we weren't when we were gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I guess if it's only 40 minutes, we can go ahead and talk about that as well. But first, I wanted to also bring up, uh, so at work, this is again not related to the last story. This is before. I've heard a couple of times, like, you know, the chicken wrap we have at Wendy's. I brought it up before.
Yeah, the one that that people were getting the signs confused because they thought they were.
Yeah, but but another thing is like, I've heard before people refer to the wrap like customers ordering the wrap. Can I get a number 5 wrap combo and can I just get that as a sandwich? And so I'm thinking,
Then
wait,
just order a
a wrap, a
sandwich.
sandwich?
I mean, okay, well,
And that reminded me of the whole hot dog thing, and I'm like,
yeah.
what could
So
technically be considered a sandwich?
yeah, so this is actually a pretty heated debate, and there's really no clear answer that's been given. People like go different ways on this. The food I was referencing the food theory video because in that video, MatPat actually brings up like official like this didn't happen in the US, but in other countries there was actual like genuine legal debate on the official definition of a sandwich.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think I forgot what countries, but I think it may have been like in the UK they had one, but there was actually like legal like literal legislation passed on what officially constitutes a sandwich.
And if you misdiagnose a sandwich, then what is that, a crime?
I don't know. I don't remember. That's why I'm gonna send you the video. I'm gonna have to watch it again too because I forgot.
Okay.
But
Like, if I call a drink a sandwich, are they going to arrest me?
I mean, I'll arrest you if you call a drink a sandwich, but I think the argument for the hot dog was because one of the definitions for one of, and I say one of because again, like people go different ways
Multiple
on this.
definitions.
There are multiple definitions. So one of the definitions of a sandwich was basically any piece of meat between two pieces of bread. And by that definition, a hot dog could be considered a sandwich because it's meat and it's between two pieces of bread.
Yes. So, by that definition, if I put a drink in the middle of two pieces of bread, is it a sandwich?
Is a drink a piece of meat though?
Like, this is the meat. Like, the drink is the meat of.
Yeah,
the
but
liquid
like
is the meat of the drink.
but it's not actually meat.
How do you define
though.
meat? That's what we're gonna define.
But, okay, I feel
How do
like
you define meat?
well, I feel like meat has a more straightforward definition. It's just the muscle matter of
Well,
animals.
the muscle part. Well, with a drink, if it's just ice, like I just have ice in this right now, so I don't really have the meat of this anymore because I drank it all already.
But the drink isn't like the drink isn't meat. Meat is like muscle that comes from animals.
Well, it could also just be like metaphorical, like the last story is the meat of this podcast because
Well,
it's the
yeah,
most interesting part.
okay, but that metaphor is based on the fact that the meat is usually like the main part of either a burger or a sandwich, like something like that. It's based on the fact that the meat is the main thing that you put on there, and then you add the extras to add flavor and stuff like that. And so the metaphor is to say like the meat is the main part, like this is what it's all about, and then we're just adding extra stuff for like flavor.
You know what we need to do? Ask ChatGPT.
What is
a
a
hot dog
sandwich? Is a hot okay, I'm actually going to ask it right now.
We've turned this episode into
To ChatGPT simulator.
ChatGPT.
Ask ChatGPT, yes. Alright, asking ChatGPT, is a hot dog a sandwich? Hold on, I gotta actually type this out.
We're gonna see what they say. Knowing ChatGPT,
It's
they're probably
thinking
going to give
for-
a very neutral answer.
It's thinking for a pretty...
Why don't we break ChatGPT?
Okay,
with
no.
this question?
Oh, that is long. Okay, I'm gonna read this all out. I'm gonna read every
Okay.
single word of this. So get ready, y'all. You're gonna listen to my voice.
Don't, don't miss a single word.
You're gonna have to
Make sure
listen
you
to
read
my
every
voice
single word.
for a while. All right. The classification of a hot dog as a sandwich is a topic of ongoing debate among food enthusiasts and linguists. By a strict definition, a sandwich typically consists of two pieces of bread with a filling between them. However, a hot dog bun is traditionally one piece that is partially sliced open, not fully separated into two distinct pieces. Some argue that because a hot dog bun is not fully separated, it doesn't meet the strict definition of a sandwich. Others take a broader view, considering anything enclosed by bread to be a sandwich, which would include hot dogs. In the end, whether you consider a hot dog a sandwich depends on your interpretation of what constitutes a sandwich. Both sides of the argument have valid points, and it often comes down to personal perspective and interpretation, rather than a definitive answer.
They took a neutral approach.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with ChatGPT. Whenever you ask it like a decisive or like a debate topic, they always take the neutral approach. Like, I'm not taking anyone's side here.
I don't want to take sides. They both have valid points. It's based on your personal
They both have
preference.
valid points.
So yeah. So is a hot dog a sandwich? I guess the real answer is that you have to decide. So we'll be putting up another poll
I think
alongside
the real- I think the real hot dogs were the friends we made along the way.
I wanted to
The
make that
real
joke, but I
sandwich.
couldn't make it fit. I couldn't make the joke
I
fit.
think the real sandwich were the friends we made along the way.
So we're gonna have another poll up alongside the which complaint was worse, the spicy
Yeah.
complaint or the lettuce complaint, and we're gonna have another poll: is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes. All right.
Yeah, this is just a very divisive episode.
Yeah. First, we offended all Spanish speakers. Then we offended everyone with the discussion of the last story.
We
Well,
offended.
not that we offended, it's whatever we kind of just disgusted everyone because it was
Yeah,
just.
we made everyone lose any little shred of hope they had left in humanity.
Yeah. Yeah, we made him lose their appetite, then we made him gain back that appetite. We're talking about sandwiches.
Yeah, there you go. You're welcome.
This is who I'm concerned. This is just kind of what we do.
We go up and we go down. We will.
Alright. So yeah, if you've seen the homework I sent you, then I guess we can talk about this. This could just kind of be one of our longer
Yeah.
episodes. How
A
about that?
reference, yeah. This is gonna be one of those bangers, and boy, it's a banger today.
It was quite a banger.
The stuff we've talked about on this episode. This is gonna be right up there at the top of the list for best episodes. So
It gets like 3 views.
yeah. So I'm gonna tell the homework that Will sent me, and then Will can elaborate on what the topic for it is gonna be. But the homework that Will sent me was actually a film theory episode on apparently a new internet animation series that's been going around. And for context, animated series like YouTube animated series have been a thing that have been taking off recently. There have been a lot of them showing up, especially ones that we've talked about previously, like Murder Drones and The Amazing Digital Circus. So the one that this particular film theory is about is one called Smiling Friends, which they're basically a charity organization with the mission statement to make people smile. Essentially, that's kind
Let
of
me
it.
clarify something real quick. This is not just an internet show. This is an actual show that's like airing on TV.
Oh, okay.
On
I misunderstood.
if you
then.
know this network, Adult Swim, you'll know they are known for basically bridging the gap between traditional TV and the internet. They're a very unique network. You know how Cartoon Network will go into like from Cartoon Network to Adult Swim. Like assuming you've watched Cartoon Network, I don't know. You have.
I'm aware of Cartoon Network. Well, I mean, I've seen like a couple of the shows on there. I'm trying to think of one that I should know.
Like Rick and Morty. I know
these are
reruns of. Say what?
it's mainly shows that I've heard of but never really watched. Like Rick and Morty
Yeah.
is one that I've heard of, but I've never watched it.
And like they start off with reruns of King of the Hill, Family Guy, American Dad.
Yeah, all of those I've heard of but never actually watched.
Yeah, but they also produce their original content like Rick and Morty, and this latest series called Smiling Friends. And
Okay.
this show was made by 2 known YouTubers.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why
No.
that's probably why I thought it was an internet animation series. Anyway, the
It
film theory.
really does come across like an internet show.
It does.
But it
Yeah.
has the
The
budget.
style, the art
It has
style,
the
and like the
budget and
animation style is.
distribution of traditional TV.
So basically, that's the thing. But the film theory was about that. So the titular Smiling Friends in the show is essentially a charity organization with a mission statement to make people smile. The argument that the video was making was that, according to U.S. law, the activities that they're actually doing as a company are like breaking the rules of what's considered a charity, and because charities are basically the IRS, which this is purely an American thing, but the IRS can give tax exemption. Basically, they don't have to pay taxes to what they consider to be charitable organizations, but there is a certain set of rules that those organizations have to follow in order to be considered charities. And so the argument made in the video was that they were breaking those rules, and so they shouldn't be considered tax exempt. So that's pretty much
Right.
the gist of the video. I'll let Will elaborate
So,
on.
okay. What I'm going to talk about, it less has to do with the topic of the video, and more. I just wanted to show you that just so you know what the show is, right?
Okay.
Just so you're familiar with what it is, because I really wanted to talk about this show because this show is genuinely amazing. Like I love watching the show, and this show has exploded in popularity as of late. Like,
So it's a show where two friends try to make smile while also committing tax fraud. Got it.
yeah, and one episode that I want to bring up is the episode focusing on a video game character named Gwimbly. And basically, the premise of the episode in question, season 2, episode 1, was about Gwimbly, who was a PS2 style character from like a video game, kind of like Spyro or Neopets or something like that, where it's like he's basically, but then he falls out of relevance, and his game company doesn't make any new games out of him, and so that's it. That's the premise of the episode. And this Grimly character, and the Grimly game they bring up was entirely made up in the show. But due to the popularity of this episode and like the internet, basically what they did, they started what I like to call a gaslighting campaign, where they made fake game demos and like they told fake stories like, oh yeah, I loved Grimly. I had the Grimly game and on my Nintendo DS. Like Grimly's Adventure.
PS2 era. Actually, no, DS was PS2 era. I'm forgetting my video game console timelines. Anyway.
Yeah. So the internet basically started a gaslighting campaign for this fictional character. And it's just really interesting. Like, what other show has been able to do that? To basically get the entire internet in on one entire joke. So anyone looking from the outside, they're like, oh, Grimly game, I don't remember that, but that looks like something that could have been around. And that's just
Wait
one
a
example.
minute.
That's just one example of why this show is so good.
So
And
basically,
it's
this show, which mind you is a show that aired on TV, just gaslit the entire internet into thinking that a fake video game actually existed.
no, basically the entire internet gaslit like non-familiar people with the show into thinking. So, like, it's not that the show gaslit people; it's that people decided to run with it, and
Oh, and so they started making. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah,
I see what you're
it
saying.
basically became a meme. It basically became a meme of just like, what was your favorite Grimly game growing up? And everyone just
what's
writes
Gwimbly? I
stories
never
of,
heard
like,
of that one.
yeah, they basically went off of the lore that was explored in
We're
the
okay. We're gonna
episode.
have like if people are gonna take this all because you know this is the internet and you know what the internet does with this kind of thing. We're going to end up with an entire Gwimbly lore. There's gonna be like an entire like fictional universe.
No, you know what we're
with
gonna get? You know what we're gonna get? At some point, we're gonna get an entire game that we can
that's
actually play.
exactly what we're
Like,
gonna
people
get.
have made demos and stuff, but people are gonna make playable games now that you can actually play.
Like with this big of a sample size, it's only a matter of time before someone that's a game dev just decides, "Hey, let's do this."
Yes. But that's just one example of this. And there's another episode called where basically they create a new character called Tyler, and the entire start of the episode is just Tyler, you're fired, and everyone's like, what? What? Tyler's being fired? What?
You
And
can't fire Tyler.
And Tyler had never been shown in any of the other episodes, but all the fans reacted like, "Why did you fire Tyler? He was one of the best characters. Like, he had so many good moments in season 1. Why did you fire him?"
He had never been showed before.
And it's just so funny. It's like, just imagine the people who are like unfamiliar try to look up other Tyler clips and just not being able to find them. It's like, what is
It's just like, where's
talking
this
about?
guy?
And everyone looking up the Gwimbly game. And it's like, where? Like what? Why can't I find it? Everyone seems to know what this is.
So basically, people who are fans of this show are gaslighting people who don't know what it is into thinking that parts of it are real that aren't.
Yes. And so yeah, basically the point of this bit is just me saying, Flying Friends is an amazing show. Go watch it. It's a 10 out of 10 show.
I don't know.
Yeah.
From what I saw in the film theory video, I don't know if I can agree with that, but
What do you mean?
it's just not really my style, you know.
If it's not for you, that's fine. It's a very internet show. I will say that it's like very absurdist humor. It's the type of humor that I don't think everyone's going to really like get, or like not everyone's going to find it deeply hilarious. But
I remember
it
like
really it's really just a show that I feel like you're either gonna love it or you're gonna be indifferent to it.
the first clip they showed in the film theory video was that one where one of the guys goes, "Dude, if you do that again, I'm gonna punch you." I'm not kidding.
I feel like I might just need to show you more clips, and like I should think no, I should need to show you a full clip of
Just
like this one
forces
scene.
that's gonna be his next homework for me. He's gonna force me to watch a whole episode of it.
I was trying to figure out if I could like find a way to like show you. I want to show you the entire Grimbley episode, but I didn't know how else to do it because I know you don't have streaming, and it's not like I could screen record watching it and then send it to you. So
Because that would be
oh, well.
illegal.
Yeah, nah. So next episode, Steven's gonna start off by saying how much he loves the show now after I showed him the clips of it.
Yeah, even if he doesn't show me any clips, I'm just gonna be there's just gonna be a gun right here that you're just gonna have to ignore, and I'm just gonna be talking about how much I love the show.
No.
And somehow Will's gonna be mysteriously missing from that side of the screen, and you know, maybe you'll see like a hint of a red shirt over here just in the frame.
No.
Maybe it'll even have this particular word on it, but you know, that last letter might just be just out of frame. Just conveniently.
Hold on, wait. I'm just gonna be like, say you like it. Say you like it.
That's how that's gonna be what you can look forward to next episode. So until then, as always, please like and subscribe for another episode of lettuce sandwich.